Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. And today we're going to go over 5 of the biggest changes to U.S. immigration laws in the last 2 to 3 weeks. The first major change to U.S. immigration laws is the hiring of immigration judges without any experience. The Executive Office of Immigration Review, this is the office that oversees the immigration courts here in the United States. This office just recently sworn in 28 new judges. Out of the 28, 11 of these judges have absolutely no immigration experience. And let me explain to you why this is so important. According to the American Bar Association, to say that immigration law is vast and complex is an understatement. Rutgers University law professor Elizabeth Hull also says that our immigration laws are second only to the Internal Revenue Code in complexity. So based on these statements, you can see how complex immigration is, and the government is now hiring immigration judges with absolutely no immigration experience. What do you think this will do to the immigration system? It's going to make a lot of people have issues with their case when the government is hiring people with absolutely no knowledge of immigration or immigration laws. The second biggest change to U.S. immigration laws involved the form I-290B. This is a motion or notice to appeal. Now, this form is used when a person files an immigration case and it gets denied. Sometimes the U.S. government will send a letter stating that they have 30 days to file an appeal. If anyone has actually done this, they will know that the government doesn't really give you 30 days. They send out the letter and it takes 7 or 10 days just to reach you. And once you receive it, you have about 20 days to respond. And that response must be received by the U.S. government in that time. Now, the problem with the new proposed changes, and when I say proposed, it means that it's probably going to happen, is that the U.S. government is now saying that if you submit an appeal, you're no longer able to submit any new documents for their review. This is very problematic because a lot of people don't hire an attorney until their case gets denied. And that's when they know how serious it is, and that's when they hire an attorney. Now with the new proposed changes, if a person has their case denied because they did it themselves or they used an attorney that was not qualified, and then they go to, let's say, for example, our office, who has experience handling these issues, we won't be able to even help them that much because we can't submit or advise them to submit new documents that may help their case. The third biggest change is the public charge standard by the Department of State. Now, a couple of days ago, we released a video on the new public charge rule that applies to applications or green card applications filed here within the United States. Now, on the same day, the Department of State released their own public charge standards. So anyone that's looking to apply for a permanent visa to enter the U.S. and receive a green card abroad, they're going to also have to deal with the public charge rules. The form is only 3 pages as opposed to 18. However, the documentation is likely going to be the same. So if you're applying for a relative to come over to the United States to receive a green card, you might want to double check all the forms or hire an attorney to help you with the new public charge standard that the Department of State is now implementing. The fourth biggest change to U.S. immigration laws is the creation of an online portal to allow people that are in removal or deportation proceedings the ability to see their next court hearing. So the website is actually very useful. It's very easy to use. A foreign national will enter in their alien registration number. Once you do this, it shows you your next hearing date, the time of the hearing, the type of hearing, whether it's a master or individual hearing, and the name of the judge. Now this is very good because before, attorneys, the only way that we can tell when your next hearing date was when you send us a piece of paper, when you give us a piece of paper showing your next hearing date. Or we call the toll-free number and we ask the immigration court or the immigration office when your next hearing is. So with this new change, it makes it very easy for foreign nationals and also their attorneys the ability to see exactly when their next hearing date is without having to jump through too many hoops. The last biggest change also involves the Executive Office of Immigration Review. Now, they just released statistics from 2018 and 2020 describing the denial rates of asylum applications. As of December 31st, 2019, in the first quarter of fiscal year 2020, the immigration court denied about 53% of their asylum cases. And out of the amount, only 20% were actually approved. So what does this tell us? Now, what this tells us is that if you are before an immigration court and you're filing for asylum, you have only 20% chance of actually getting it approved. That means a 1 out of 5 chance. The odds are better that you're going to get denied. So if this is the case, what you want to do is make sure that you watch our asylum video that we posted a few months ago. Because in the asylum video, I encourage everyone that has an affirmative asylum case, meaning that you filed it and you're not currently in immigration proceedings, to make sure that you review your application to make sure it's correct, that you hire an attorney, a reputable attorney, an experienced attorney who has won asylum cases, to review your application to make sure that it's correct. Because if that case gets denied affirmatively with a regular immigration officer and it goes before an immigration judge, that immigration judge is not likely going to grant your asylum case. If you just look purely at the statistics, it's over a 53% chance that it's going to get denied. Just for 2020, the first fiscal year, they only approved about 20% of the cases that went before an immigration judge. So just remember, you're not clear just after filing an asylum case. You want to make sure that you hire someone to review your application so when you go in for the interview, you are prepared and that you can win your asylum case. And these are the 5 biggest changes to U.S. immigration laws in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Can you imagine what the new laws will be just next month? Now, if you want to be alerted with new videos, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below this video to receive all of our new immigration update videos. We will release a video every 2 to 3 weeks and update you on the 3 or 5 biggest changes to U.S. immigration laws as they happen. And when we do this, we'll make sure to explain it to you. That way it's easy for you to understand the impact it has to the legal community. Thank you again for watching Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easy to understand.